Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 21 with our Detroit Tigers. And today we are at the beginning of the international free agent signing period. But first, we're going to go quickly over just a little update on our team. So we're still in first place, 52 and 36, 2.5 games up on the White Sox, and in good position for the wild card as the White Sox and the Rays are both pretty head-to-head. Sox only half game up of the Rays, and then the Rangers and everyone else kind of 2.5 games out of that. So it looks like we have a great chance at kind of making a run for the playoffs, and a great chance of at least buying at a deadline, which of course will be later in this episode. But first, let's get right into international amateurs. I'm looking at who is there. First guy, Edgar Alvarez, looks like an outfielder. Checking. Yeah, he's an outfielder, can play the infield a little bit too. Doesn't really have a great infield arm, so definitely looks to be an outfielder to me. Leo Luna. Not that interesting of a starter there. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Looks like he's an infielder. Looks like he's a corner infielder. Probably first baseman to me. As catching ratings really aren't anything. Juan Blandon. Corner guy, corner infield, corner outfield. Yeah. Well, he's fast. He doesn't really have any range. That kind of doesn't really make sense to me. I'm not really interested in him. Doesn't really have any discipline. Flores, not a good catcher. This guy's a good defensive outfielder. Doesn't really hustle. He's decent. This he's okay. I like this guy's ratings. A line drive hitter. Good contact. Discipline. I mean, he's got pretty much all of his hitting ratings are pretty decent, except for his home run power. OSA ratings likes his discipline even more. He's a second baseman. He does not have the arm to play short. Can't play outfield either. So he's definitely just a second baseman, which kind of isn't that intriguing to me. Although he definitely, his bat is good, but he can only play second. At least in the bigs, he'll only be able to play second. I think Alvarez might be who we go with here, honestly. Yeah, I definitely like his ratings the best. So we're gonna go with him, offer him the full 5, and submit that, and then I'll check it back in once we get to the All-Star game, where we hopefully will be making moves. Okay, so we are back here on July 20th, and it's time to make some deals to contend. But first, we're going to look at some All-Star stuff quick, just see who on our team has made the All-Star team. Seeing if there's anyone. No one. Jimenez made the All-Star team as a pitcher, and I believe, he has made the All-Star team 4 times. Every time in a row since 2020, so that is good to see. Looking position-wise, I don't think we have anyone. At least I'd assume that we don't. And I do not see anyone. We don't have anyone. So there's that. And then futures. Brendan White. Of course, one of our top pitching prospects. He's there. We actually just called him up to the major leagues, which I'll go over. Kumar Rocker, he's in the futures game in a high A, so that's good to see. I don't see anyone. Jordan Walker, our man, he's in low A ball, so that's good to see. Just click on him for a sec. It looks like things are going well for him. Riley Green, he's in high A, 21. He's performing well. So that's all for that. But now it is time to get into the good stuff. So first, of course, let's take a look and evaluate our team. So hitting wise, I wouldn't say there's really any spot that we're in desperate need of, besides catcher and possibly looking at upgrading first base, at least getting an option against right-handers. Hoskins, he's been really good, slugging 600. It was a great bounce back season for him. And only 150 plate appearances, so I'd definitely be willing to turn first base over to him full time, because Ryan Noda has really not been good. I mean, OPS plus 72. He's been negative value. I mean, slugging 360. This is really unacceptable for first baseman for a contending team. And so catcher is a definite that we absolutely need to upgrade. We have to do something about this. I mean, these Rogers and Herrera have not been hitting at all. Herrera's been, I guess, acceptable kind of, but Rogers just we need to do something about that. So we're going to be upgrading at catcher, and then possibly just another infielder. I know Almeida really isn't hitting at all. I mean, he's hitting better than last year, and of course he's a absolutely fantastic defensive guy up the middle. But might look at just adding another infield bat, because I'm pretty happy with all of our outfield bats. And then pitching, we need a starter and at least one extra bullpen guy. I mean, Singrani has been absolutely terrible for us in the bullpen as that second left-handed option. So we probably need one of those. And so picking up a starter is going to send Manning back to the bullpen. Scaball is probably still going to be in there, so he's not even going to return as another lefty. But anyways, Basabe was injured, but now he's back. And I don't quite know who we're going to send down for him, besides Noda. Let's just get rid of Noda right now, because as he's a Rule 5 pick, and I really do like his ratings, but I mean, he just hasn't been. He has not been it for us this year, and we can't afford to. As much as I love to, we can't really afford to keep giving him that roster spot when we need someone who can hit for us. But okay, yeah. So let's get right into it, so we can look at improving our team. So right away, going to the trading block, looking at catchers to see if anyone is available, and right away I see a few guys who catch my eye. Christian Vasquez, of course, he's a great defensive catcher, and he's really not hitting this year, but so I of course would love to bring him in, but he really wouldn't solve our hitting problem. And Herrera is probably good enough with the glove to be that kind of defensive catcher guy on our roster, filling that spot. Now Austin Barnes, pretty good with the bat and on defense. His deal is expiring after this year, so that's good to see. Castro's another guy who's available. Veteran guy, also pretty good. In the field, at least, he's a good catch ability, which is, of course, a little more important than the arm. And then Jacob Stallings is also still available. This catcher duo for Pittsburgh has really, really been doing it. I don't know who I think I want to go after one of these guys. I mean, their hitting ratings aren't great, but they're both. I clicked on Stallings again. They're both way better than what we have, and Barnes is more expensive, but he does. I think I prefer Barnes because of the discipline. So let's just see what we'd have to give up, and if we could get them to eat any money. One of these 24-year-old starters will do that don't really have much of a future. And then if we could get them to eat, actually no, I definitely don't want to be spending money on upgrading our catcher, at least that much. So I think Stallings is going to be who we go with. I'm pretty sure, unless because Castro makes more than I want to pay. and looking at teams who are rebuilding, because there's a move that I already know that I want to make. And Cervelli is one of the other ones, and of course he can hit. But he's also making some money. Actually, let's just go ahead and see what his price tag would be. Again, I have no problem giving up this king guy, whatever, half-star guy. Cervelli is just under contract for this year, yeah. But is he hitting? Yeah, see, I know. Yeah, see, he's not hitting this year as well as Stallings is. So I think actually I might, we're just gonna go with Stallings because he's actually been hitting this year in the time he's gotten. So yeah, we want him to bring him in from the Pirates, and they have 2 guys. So I mean, of course, they'd be very willing to part with Stallings. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab him. And then the next move I know we definitely want to make is the Mets are way out of it, and I'm really here looking at Jacob deGrom. Bring him in would be a huge upgrade. Now, of course, the Mets, I think this is really realistic, especially for this current status of the game, because he can opt out after this year, and I think he might with the fantastic season that he's been having. I mean, ERA under 3, I mean, ERA plus 142. He's been having a fantastic year, and with his opt out and being on a poor Mets team, I really think that we could get him, make a play for him. And I was also kind of wanting to get Diaz with him, but it looks like they already dealt Edwin Diaz and Riley Green. I'm trying to see, of course, who we would have to give up. Riley Green. We do have a plethora of outfielders. I, of course, don't want to give up anyone on the Major League squad. They want Walker. See, would they want less or more for Syndergaard? Because want to get him one of these guys, of course, would be a massive, absolutely massive upgrade for us. Yeah, I honestly think that Riley Green, because our scout honestly really doesn't like him that much. I mean, his hitting ranges are pretty decent, but I mean, he's 21, he's about to be 22. And honestly, I think it just might be worth it to fetch something for a guy like deGrom, who of course is an elite pitcher in this game. And just looking, of course, see if they have anything else that's interesting. Riley Gilliam, he's been a good reliever for them. He has a ton of team control left. And I mean, I think this deal is really no-brainer. We are giving up Green, but we're getting deGrom for a year, maybe more. And I think, honestly, that we kind of just have to do this deal, especially since it looks like we're going to be contending this year. And we have plenty of outfield guys in the pipeline who I think are just as good, if not better than Green, like a lot of the international guys we've brought in the future. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead, bam, right away, do the deGrom deal, which is of course a absolutely massive deal for us to help us contend. Trying to see now, who do we send down? Singrani is an absolute yes, so yeah, we'll DFA him because we're going to be picking up a left-hander right after this anyway. So do that, and then we need to make room for Stallings, so we might as well do that. While we're at it, Rogers, send him down. Stallings is up. Okay, so doing that, now back into trading to look at a reliever for us, especially a left-handed guy. Honestly, it does not look like there's that much. Quintana, he's been really good as a starter actually, and the Cubs are willing to deal him. Let's shop by teams that are out of it. The Nationals out of it. They're willing to sell. They don't really have anything. So here comes the left-handers looking at the standings, see who would want to make a deal with us. The Cubs, they're 4.5 out of it. Okay, back the block. We need a lefty. Holby Milner for the Rangers. I know for a fact they're out of it. How has he been this year? He's been decent. I mean, he's been serviceable, which is really what we're looking for, because Cingrani wasn't even serviceable. I mean, he was absolutely terrible for us. Innings he pitched, and then honestly, Quintana's not making anything, so we honestly could pick up 2 guys here. Yeah, we have a bunch of guys here that I don't really have any need for. And then if they want to eat any money at all, that would be fantastic. So I'm really not trying to pay anything. Yeah, so we'll bring him on and then we'll go get Milner as extra left-handed depth, because we definitely need it, because we don't really have anything. Then we'll throw in this 24-year-old, get them to eat all of Milner's money, so we're not paying, and they won't. 80, 50, 40. Okay, whatever, 25. Not that big of a deal, it's only a couple 100,000 or so. And then, yes, we want to look at bringing in another bat, just kind of shopping around to see if there's anything out there that we would want. A left-handed bat who can play first base, of course. This is what we need. Or a guy who can at least hit righties, doesn't have to be left-handed. Hunter Dozier, maybe? No. And he hasn't been good this year at all. The last thing we want to do is bring in another guy like him. JD Martinez somehow got into a National League team. Of course, I don't really understand any rationale in signing Martinez if you're National League team. Of course, Candelario can play. Honestly, I'm really intrigued in bringing in Martinez, of course, because his bat is still very good. Daniel Murphy, he could be a real interesting get. Of course, Candelario could play first. Paredes, I mean, I'm sure we could throw him at first base and he'd be fine. So yeah, the Giants are out of it. So I'm definitely interested in bringing one of these guys. Vietos, even on the Major League team now. He's doing well in AAA though, looks. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of guys here that he's not decent at all. But Martinez would definitely have to eat a lot of this money for us to bring on a guy like Martinez. I mean, even if that's the thing, I'm sure, like, obviously he can't play the field at all, which is whatever. But just getting his bat on this team would be absolutely fantastic for us. There's this Quiggle guy. He's nothing. I don't care about giving him up, especially just for that extra money. Yeah, Quiggle, you're gone. And then would they do 90? Oh yeah, with that, I mean, they do 90. They'd eat all of it. Oh yeah. So yeah, he'd have 2 more years and then a vesting year we'd have to get 500 plate appearances. But yeah, we're going to do this and pick up another fantastic bat for our team. And okay, so yeah, we have those deals going down. Then I kind of still want one more reliever, even after bringing in Milner. And then I think this would definitely do it for us. One more deal. I saw Ken Giles, and I know he is he's definitely on an expiring deal. And I mean, he looks pretty expensive. I don't even know if it'd be worth it, honestly. You know, he is pretty I mean, if we could give up a guy like Blackwood and just bring him in. Knable is also on the market. He's under a contract for another year though, and he has not been good this year. Just on a cursory glance at the stats, I mean, Ken Giles has been good. We're gonna shop for him again. And I know, like Blackwood, I wouldn't even think about. I'd give him up literally immediately. And then if they could eat any money, I'm doubt they would with us offering Blackwood. Oh, and they would. Okay, what the heck? Oh, perfect. You know, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring in Ken Giles. And man, do we have an overhauled team. Wow. Honestly, this is just kind of crazy that Gardenhire is still our manager, which I definitely didn't even like still think about. It's just crazy because obviously like he's not our preferred guy, but I honestly really don't know like what other moves we'd be making and like what he's doing. Okay, we can't send him down. Brian Garcia. Sending you down, that's for sure. Then Hess, I guess we'd send down because we need to make more room. So we send him down. Then we bring up, yeah, Milner and Giles. So we do that, and we need to make room in our 40-man. Which that's no problem, Pinero. See ya. We need to make another space, which is gonna be. Oh yeah, we'll just do this guy. I mean, he is not even gonna play this year. Probably should just transferred him to the 60 to be honest, but he's not in our future plans anyway, so that does not matter. And then we need to send someone here down. Which I don't know who. I actually don't know who this is gonna be. But we have to make room for. Honestly, I think for now we'll probably just send down Almaeus. I don't know. Because Hernandez, he is good against lefties, though, and we need that. So honestly, we might send down. I'll probably just send Almaeus down for now. Or do we want to send down Candelario? Honestly, I think it might have to be him. Except he's out of options. Almaeus, I know, is not out of options. Yeah, so I think we'll send Almaeus down for now. And that'll be what we do with that. And then once I reset these lineups here, then that'll be the end of this episode. AKA literally just simming another day forward. So we get these lineups out of the way. So I'm interested to see what it looks like with that. Okay, yeah, so it has Hoskins playing every day at first. And then we have Martinez in there in the lineup at DH. Paredes playing kind of that backup infielder role. Castro sliding over to short. Which is probably, of course, not ideal, but hopefully his bat. I mean, he's been good at short in the kind of limited time, and his bat's much better than Almaeus. So Almaeus will probably definitely be on the postseason roster though. So yeah, that's that for that. Then looking at how the rotation will line up then. So we got DeGrom, Mize, Quintana, Wentz, and Fulmer, our starting five, which is honestly a great starting five now. Just looking at that. Then we got Alvarez, Cabal, and Milner as our lefties in the bullpen now. Brendan White coming out of the bullpen. And then Jimenez, Giles, Barnes, Manning. I mean, that is plenty of a bullpen to me. So, big upgrades this episode, and hopefully our new acquisitions help us push forward in the future. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode.